maybe 2.
Oh, definitely.
So I think they could go. I think 11-5 is realistic. What do you think? I think 11-5 is.
I want to say one thing about the whole Cutler is worth a win, unless every good thing we've seen from Cutler as a quarterback has been as much because he was playing in Denver with a good running game and with Brandon Marshall and
the Mile High Stadium.
And Mile High Stadium. Okay.
But yes, he had Brandon Marshall last year. The Broncos had no running game last year. How many running backs did they went through? 6
I know that
running backs.
Yeah, but that's a team that they can put anybody on the field as a running back and they'll get 100 yards rushing.
See, that's not true because I took 3 Denver running backs in my fantasy team last year. None of them did anything.
So you're saying he was forced to throw it pretty much.
Yes. He was.
Okay, so the argument that he had a running game.
And the defense is new.
So maybe Doug's right then. Maybe that boosted his numbers.
But when he's forced to throw it, the defense knows he's going to throw. See,
yeah,
that's the thing.
But they still, I don't know. I just think it's hard because you're taking him. I mean, they don't live in a vacuum. I mean, a quarterback is as much dependent on how the people around him as he is how talent that he has.
Right.
Like Tom Brady was still a good quarterback without these receivers, but he wasn't putting up big numbers until he got Randy Moss, until he got Wes Welker on his team. It's the same thing. How good would Peyton Manning have been without Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne being as good as they were, and Dallas Clark being as good as he was?
And for the first few years, Brandon Stokely.
Yeah.
Brandon Stokely, to me, was the blueprint for what guys like Wes Welker
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, and I agree with that.
But you got to admit, I know that Jay Cutler hasn't proven anything in Chicago yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that this isn't going to be the case. I'm just saying it's potentially speaking, this could be. I mean, this is not a guarantee. This is not a sure thing.
Right. But this year, I am more apprehensive about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you're going to get out of Tommy Harris and Dusty Dvorak, or really anyone on the defensive line. But everyone seems to say that even with the Jay Cutler trade, bringing in Rod Marinelli as the defensive line coach was the best move they made this offseason, which I never knew he had that reputation as a defensive line coach, especially after he just coached the first ever 0-16 team.
Well, I don't think the coach was the problem there, personally.
No, it was clearly the GM.
Yeah, clearly the roster, the talent.
But that is supposed to be a big move. That is supposed to help. He's got a groin issue right now, but Brian Urlacher, his back is supposed to be...
I was wondering if he was healthy now, because I know his back was a big problem last year.
He had the arthritic back last year. This year, the reports seem to be that is healthy now, but he's been sitting out the last couple of days with a groin issue. Not that big a deal, because we're still 7 weeks away from training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Well, I mean, this is a lot of speculation in the middle of June,
right?
Right now, what we're doing.
But then on the defense, they also added Pisa Tino Isamoa, who was exactly he was the linebacker and leading tackler last year for the Rams, and it's looking like he's going to be replacing Hunter Hillenmeyer as the weak side.
Hillenmeyer still on the team?
Yeah, I've been thinking for the last couple of years even that they should have replaced him with Jamar Williams, who was Lance Briggs' backup. Because in 2007 there's about a 4-game stretch where Briggs was hurt. Williams filled in for him and was just an absolute beast. So I thought they should have moved him over, but now they got Tino Isamoa on that right side
again,
and that's actually his last name. That's not even his first.
I assumed that was a first and last name. You kept pronouncing.
His first name is Pisa, P-I-S-A.
So the full name is
Pisa Tino Isamoa.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you know what? The guy's a good football player.
Yeah, as long as it works, right?
Yeah. The question on the defense, the big question, I should say, is the safety positions. They lost Mike Brown.
Oh, and they've needed to get rid of him for a few years. He's been way too injury prone.
He has, but you know what? He was including Urlacher. Mike Brown to me was the best player on the defense when he was on the field.
Oh, and he was an excellent safety. His problem was he couldn't stay on the field, though.
Right. And it always seemed like he got hurt in games where he was just playing out of his mind. Like in 2006, he got hurt in the Arizona Cardinals game. What did he do? Forced a fumble, recovered a fumble, and recovered it and ran it back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's when he's going all out, he pushes himself too hard, it seems like, and he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, after all this, Paul, why don't you give us a prediction this year? Give us a record.
You know what? I'm gonna say 11-5 because possibly 12-4 because the Bears are actually supposed to have a very easy schedule this year. They were actually ranked as the easiest schedule in the entire NFL. I think it's a little skewed.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
It's a little skewed
it's
because
last year.
Right, they have 2 games against the Lions.
Yeah,
but they also are playing the Steelers and the Ravens.
That's not good.
So to me, that evens out.
Well, who had the best record in football last year? Who was it?
The Titans.
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 Did they play Titans?
They played the Titans last year.
So
no, they're playing the AFC North this year.
Yeah, so they're playing the Browns, the Steelers, the Ravens.
Well, what I was going to point out was that if the real way would skewer it back the other way was if they were playing the team with the best record. They weren't. They're playing the champion, but not the team with the best record.
Right, but they're not playing the team with the best record, but they're playing both AFC teams that were in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
So
talent-wise, but not numbers-wise, that makes a difference.
Right.
Yeah. I think the Bears go 10-6.
I think 10-6 on a wild card. I think the Packers win the division 11-5.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the Vikings are going to go third?
Yep.
Wow.
Especially if they get Favre.
I agree. I agree with Doug on record. I think the Bears win the division.
I think the Bears win the division. I think it comes down to the Bears and the Vikings because even look at what the Vikings have done the last couple seasons without a quarterback. And I know you're not a Favre fan, but he's an upgrade over Sage Rosenfels and Tavares Jackson.
Maybe.
Just a little bit.
So Paul thinks 11-5 division title. Doug thinks 10-6 wild card. I think 10-6.
I think division. We all agree that they are going to make the playoffs. So.
Yeah.
10-6 will get you a wild card in the NFC though.
Generally, yeah.
I was going to say 11-5 won't get you anything in the AFC apparently.
But that's the AFC. Bears in the NFC. Thank God for that, right?
I'm not bitter.
But you mentioned before the draft too. A lot of people look at it and think the Bears didn't have a pick in the first round or the second round. Okay, yeah, if you look at it like that, you can also look at it like they used a first-round pick on Cutler.
Yeah.
And a second-round pick on Cutler, and next year's first-round pick on Cutler.
No. It was first, a third.
I'm sorry. The 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick.
Right. But you know what? I'm not bothered by that at all. Do you know what Jerry Angelo's track record is for drafting players in the first round? Awful.
I was going to say, it must be crappy.
I know he picked Grossman in the first round.
2002, he picked Mark Colombo.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's a starter for the Cowboys now. Couldn't make it on the Bears, though. Second year, he picked Michael Haynes, who's no longer in the league.
I was going to say who?
And Rex Grossman, who just signed 1 year with the Titans.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
Ooh, he ended up with the Titans.
He agreed to a 1-year deal with the Titans.
I can't wait to tell Ryan.
The next year, he picked Tommy Harris, who, you know what, had a couple great seasons.
A lot of potential.
Right. When he was healthy, he was a top 5 D tackle in the NFL. But, he can't stay healthy anymore, apparently. The next year, Cedric Benson.
We all know how that turned out.
Yeah.
On a boat.
And then the year after that, he traded out of the first round. Granted, that was the year he drafted Devin Hester. But he drafted Devin Hester in the second round with his second pick. His first pick of the second round, which was the first round pick, he drafted Daniel Manning. Good player. Not a guy you needed to take in the second round. Daniel Manning from Abilene Christian University in Texas was on nobody's radar. The Bears could have gotten him in the fourth round.
Paul, you seem very bitter, sir.
This is, to be honest, this is the first year that I have felt like Jerry Angelo is actually making moves to try to do something now, to try and put this team ahead right now. I've never felt like that before. But the Cutler trade, bring in Orlando Pace, signing Tino Samoa, and even though it didn't happen, making an attempt to get Anquan Bolden. all that shows me that he's trying to do his job, which I never felt like